So a game like that, that's obviously you guys just go out with the idea that you just go ahead, don't change anything more than anything, I suppose.
Yeah, we just we had a bit of a slow start yesterday, so we just wanted to build on the last half of that game and come out strong. And I think that we did that. We just kind of figured out the ice and just kind of kept putting our rocks in some good spots. And yeah, we were just committed to figuring it out and having a better start.
Having been through this grind so many times now as a team, I mean, there's not much that you learn, one would think, but that's the sign of a good curling team, that you do keep learning things and better ways to do things. Is that kind of the process this week, to keep learning and keep trying to get better?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we're most likely going to be back on that sheet too. So, regardless of what's happening, you always want to do your best to make the shots and everything like that. And we're always working on communication and everything. And it's been so exciting to have the fans back in the stands and on those evening draws. Well, any draw, they've been, even just having that little buzz, it kind of changes the communication. And so, we're always working on things, always wanting to get better.
That's an interesting point. I hadn't thought of it that way, but that this is kind of the first time since Moose Jaw, when you guys won for the first time. I suppose that does add to the energy level that might not have been there if you guys are just, another year, another Scotties. This is a different one for the first time in a few years.
For sure, yeah. Even, our first game, the opening intros and the cheers and everything, it just brought back, the warm and fuzzies that we have out there. And yeah, it just means a lot to have our family in the stands too. So having that crowd support's huge. You can feed off of it. If things aren't quite going your way, you can ride it if things are going your way. So yeah, it's just amazing.
Well, have the butterflies calmed down yet?
I think I had butterflies through most of that game, to be honest, but I think they're just fluttering a little bit in there still. Yeah.
Just talk about how big a deal that is for Yukon curling and for women out there. 5 women.
Well, absolutely. I feel like that is a huge win for us, 100%. I mean, we went out there, we played our game. It was our second day on the ice, and I'm going to speak for everybody. We're incredibly happy right now.
What went right for you today that maybe hasn't gone right? I mean, you catch a few breaks, but you made shots.
We did make shots. We did catch a few breaks. We showed up, which was great. We had our first 2 games yesterday, so this really was our second day on the ice for games, and everybody looks like we had a really good sleep.
All the timing, all the work, all the practice that you guys do, and I know you do a lot up there. How nice is it to finally get paid off with a win at this event?
I have to admit the payoff feels pretty good. Absolutely, it feels really good. And we do get some of the practice in the games, and we know that we don't get as much as most of the other teams here. So we feel like things came together for that game, absolutely.
Well, that was a pretty wild game for you guys out there. It must have been nice to grind one out like that and pull out the win.
Oui, c'est sûr que c'était vraiment amusant. On a plus de feel pour la glace cette partie-là. On était plus en contrôle, puis on a bien aimé notre game.
Every confidence in the world, obviously, in Laurie's ability to play last rocks when you need them. She just has, she rises to the occasion.
Oh, c'est sûr. Laurie, elle manque pas beaucoup. Elle a beaucoup de confiance, puis nous, on a beaucoup de confiance en elle, puis on le voit à chaque bout. Fait que c'est incroyable de jouer avec elle.
You've competed against that team, you've watched that team over the years, and now obviously, I imagine joining them this year and they come into this event with some different expectations maybe than they have in the past.
Oui, mais c'est un peu différent cette année. Les autres années, quand ils ont joué au Scotties, il n'y avait pas de spectateurs, il n'y avait pas d'autres extras, genre des séances d'autographes, des affaires de même. Fait que quand on met tout ensemble, ça fait un peu différent. Fait que, ils ont un peu fié sur moi pour mon expérience de mon Scotties à Moose Jaw, parce que je l'avais vécu toute l'expérience. Fait que, il se fie un peu pour moi pour ça, mais à part de ça, on aime l'ambiance puis on continue de même.
As a competitive curler and as a fan of this event, you've watched over the last couple of years with no fans. What's it like being out there now with fans back in the stands and kind of that traditional Scotties experience?
Ah, c'est tellement incroyable. Quand on manque des shots, quand on fait des gros shots, tout le monde, c'est soit que c'est oh, ou c'est wow! Fait que les deux, c'est tellement amusant juste entendre les spectateurs dans les estrades, c'est tellement amusant.
How hard did you have to work for that one?
It was definitely a grind. Like it was a really good game. I thought very interesting. Lots of good shots being made. A couple of misses here and there, but yeah, the last 10 wasn't shaping up awesome. So it was nice to have a shot to win.
I think over the first 5 ends, I believe Ontario's team percentages overall were higher, but how did you manage to kind of keep it tight?
That's why you don't look at the percentages. The key is just to make the right shot at the right time and just make a big shot when you needed to. And that's, I thought, what we did. And we put some pressure on them when we had to and made some key draws to kind of save a few ends.
How important was, we'll say that win at this time in the standings, and how important was it to have to really grind out an important win over a really good team for your young team?
I think that was a massive win for us. Yeah, we really wanted to come in and play well and try to get a W there. Our pool is very hard, and you can't afford too many losses. And by losing our first game, we really wanted to come and win that game.
Jennifer, you're out here talking to us about the three young-year-olds. What's their reaction after this game?
They were pretty excited, yeah. But they're great. They've got great perspective. Like, even after our first loss, it wasn't a big deal. And as much as they're young, they're not inexperienced. Like, they've been around, and they're just amazing to play with. They're so fun. I love them.